Hello YouTubers, welcome back to Rich Reviews. Haven't done a video in a while. I was going to be doing one on this, which I got almost 2 weeks ago. This is the RYOBI 40 volt lawnmower. This is the push version of it. It is not the self-propelled one. I got this on sale a couple weeks ago for $249, and let me tell you, I finally got to try it out yesterday. It is worth every penny. It's even worth it if you were paying the normal price, which is $299. If you choose to get the self-propelled model, it's $399. So $100 difference. In my case, not worth spending the extra $100 for self-propelled. I don't have a lot of hills to deal with or steep inclines or anything like that. I just needed the mower. And let me tell you, this thing is really good. It comes with one 5 amp hour battery. Let me show you that real quick. So this is the battery it comes with. 40 volt battery, 5 amp hour, as you can see, 5 amp hour, 40 volt. This does have the fuel gauge on it, so you press that button and you'll see the lights. Now, I did my front yard and my backyard and used half of the battery life on this, which I thought was pretty damn good. It is always a good idea, and I'm going to do it myself, to have a second battery on hand, just to have. And what's great, one of the great things about this is this compartment. So this is where you store your battery. I'll show you that in a second because I actually have to put the handle up. As you can see, it's very compact. This thing has so many features to it that are really great as opposed to the normal lawnmower, which I have, the typical lawnmower. You got to get gas for it. You got to get oil for it. You got to change the gas. You got to drain it out. It's a pain in the ass to start. It's just really a pain. I don't like mowing the lawn to begin with, but that makes it all the more aggravating because you just have so many things you got to deal with that type of lawnmower. It's just a pain. This, first of all, extremely compact. It folds up. Try doing this with a normal lawnmower. Ain't happening. So it folds up. You can see the cutting width on this. Speaking of that, this is a 20-inch cutting width. So just to let you know, it comes with an attachment that you put here for mulching. It also comes with a bag. I prefer to do the bag as opposed to the mulching. But like I said, you can do either one. But like I said, one of the main things about this is the compact size. You can store this pretty much anywhere. It has 2 handles. One here, as you can see, I'm holding it. And then there's one right here. Very light. You can pick it up. You can bring it wherever you need to. Extremely easy to set this up. Let me just shift the camera a little bit on this so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm doing here. So let me lift this up right here. Clip there. And one here. What you do is you're going to flip those clips up. You can see that. And this one here. And then over here, there are two knobs. There's one here, and there's one here. You pull that out, turn it to lock it in place. Pull this out, turn it, lock it in place. Now you lift your handle. You put that back, turn those, it's automatically going to lock. So now that's locked in place. Now those clips that I showed you, the ones right here, reason for that is this handle extends. And you have to have the handle fully extended before the mower will actually start. So just keep that in mind. Once it's extended, you put the clips back on. Very easy. Now, as far as the battery storage, like I said, goes right in here. I'm going to move the camera a little bit, and I'm going to show you how this works. Now, the battery compartment right here, you can see, it actually has a place. First of all, the battery itself goes on this side. Let me open this up. You can see where the battery itself would go, which is right here. Now there's a separate compartment right here, and what that's for, I'm going to put this back. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy by moving this around, but just trying to show you everything on this. So what the one compartment is for is if you have a spare battery, which I will have eventually, there's a spot there. The battery slides right there and holds an extra battery. The other side, this side, is where the battery actually goes to start it. Now, also keep this in mind. Battery or not, if this little thing right here, this is a little key, pull that out. If this is not in here, battery or not, this is not going to start. This is a safety switch. That has to be plugged in there. That's for if you have small children or something that they can't accidentally start this, even with the battery in, and it's very easy to start. So this is a safety. So without this in there, battery or not, it is not going to start. So keep that in mind. Do not lose this. You may want to store it somewhere. If you have kids or something, store it somewhere where you know it's not going to be lost. It does have a little thing here, hole there, if you wanted to attach a string or something like that to hang it somewhere, but it gives you that option. But the battery is in there. Now I'm actually going to start this up in my garage. Don't have to worry about it because there's no fumes, there's no gas, there's no oil, none of that crap that you have to deal with. And the likelihood is you're still going to be able to hear me pretty good because that's one of the other features of this, how quiet this is. You can actually do your lawn early in the morning, late at night, whatever, and it's not going to wake the neighborhood up. The best way to describe the sound, which you'll probably hear when I start it up, it sounds like a very loud fan. That's basically what it sounds like. But extremely great because, like I said, you don't have to worry about waking up the entire neighborhood with this. So as far as starting it goes, extremely easy. So let me turn this around a little bit, best as I can, try and show you. So right here, you're going to press this button. That's your start button. So while you're pressing that, you have that press, you're going to hold that, and then at the same time, you're going to push this handle back. That's it. And it's going to start up. So I'm going to start this up. Push the button, handle back. So if you heard that, that's how it sounds. It has two LED lights on the front, as you could see. So if you are doing your lawn late at night, or maybe it's just starting to get dark out and you want to get it done, you can still do it because it has lights on the front. So very convenient. Again, everything about this is just awesome. And the main thing was, even though it has a lot of features to it, I hadn't done an actual review on it, even though I got it 2 weeks ago, because you know, it has the battery compartment. I don't have oil, I don't have gas, I don't have all the aggravation to deal with. But I can't do a review and tell you how it works if I've never used it. So I wanted to at least get a chance to try it out and then give you a real good review on the whole thing. You know, all the features it has, you know, the portability, but the main thing is, how does it work? You know, whether it's portable or whether it's this or that, it really doesn't matter if the damn thing doesn't perform. That's what you want it to do. And as far as that goes, it performed great. Now, one of the other big features of this, main features, is right over, hold on, just adjust this a little bit. So right here, this is your adjustment lever for the height. No longer do you have to adjust this wheel, adjust this wheel, adjust this wheel, none of that. One adjustment, one lever, very easy. You push it back to get it higher. It has different levels of height, anywhere from 1.5 to 3 3/4 of an inch. So you just pull that lever, shift it, put it to where you want. That's it. Your whole mower is adjusted. One lever for the height. You don't have to kill yourself, you know, adjusting every wheel. So that's just, again, one of those little features that makes a whole lot of difference. But, again, the main thing was how it performed. And, again, I will tell you, it performed great. I used, like I said, about half the battery mowing my front and back lawn. I will say the only downside, if you really want to call it that, is the bag. It's not quite as big as your typical lawnmower bag, a little smaller, and the only, like I said, the only slight little downside is you'll have to empty that bag a couple more times than you typically would. And again, that's really not a major deal or, you know, deal buster or anything like that. It's just you'll have to empty it a couple more times. It does tend to fill up fairly quick, mainly because it's, again, slightly smaller than the average bag. But for that little, I guess, bad thing, I guess you want to call it, it's, again, it's not a deal breaker. You know, the main thing is it performed well, very well. You know, I will tell you this, and even the experts and the big reviews on this will tell you, if you have a huge yard or something like that, it's not really going to be for that. You're going to go through too many batteries. But for the average yard like mine, it's great. You know, if you have a smaller yard, something where it's not a real lot, you know, it's gonna perform great. You know, it's definitely worth having. Like I said, the only downside is you're just gonna have to empty the bag a couple more times, unless you decide to do the mulching part. Then you don't have to worry about the bag. But it all depends on your preference, whether you like to bag or whether you like to mulch, whatever. My wife prefers that I bag the grass shavings, so I use the bag, and again, it's not a big deal. But anyway, I just wanted to give a review on this. I wanted to finally give a review. You know, I've had it for a couple weeks, but again, I just hadn't had a chance to use it, so I wanted to at least give you a full review on everything about it, its running time and everything else. Right now, again, the price is back up to $299. Obviously, you get the mower, you get the 5 amp hour 40 volt battery, and you get a charger. So it's sold pretty much as a kit. My advice would be, depending on the size yard you have, I guess, my advice would be to at least get yourself an extra battery. And again, you can store it right in the machine, so you don't have to worry about it. But right now the price is $299, and you get everything I showed you. RYOBI days are coming up in May, so you might get it for a sale at that time. You know, maybe you might want to wait and see if they have a sale at that time. But like I said, either way, even at the $2.99, even at the normal price, this is worth every penny. Just for the aggravation of not having to change gas, change oil, worry about the filter, worry about it smoking, cranking your arm out of the socket trying to start it. You know, it takes away all of that. And extremely portable. You don't have to worry about room in a shed or your garage or wherever, when you could just fold this thing up and stand it up. You cannot do that with a normal lawnmower. You may be able to fold the handle down, makes it a little more room for you, but you can't stand it up anywhere. Not with gas and oil in it. Ain't gonna happen. You're gonna ruin your mower. But anyway, that's my review on the 40 volt RYOBI mower. Go out and get yourself one as soon as you can. I think you're gonna be happy with it. All right. This is Rich Reviews signing off. See you on the next one. Take care.